So now let us start the story. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Now, students, this story is about a little girl whose name was Kezia. Now, here it is said, to the little girl, he was a figure. Now, the word he is referred to Kezia's father. So, for that little girl, her father was a figure or was someone she was afraid of, and she used to avoid him. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with "Goodbye, father." Now, before going to his office, every morning he used to visit Kezia's room and used to give her a casual kiss, which shows that he loved his daughter, and to which Kezia replied, "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. As soon as the father used to leave the house, Kezia used to take a sigh of relief because she was relieved that now her father has left the house and now she has the freedom. Because when the father is not there in the house, she would not be taunted, she would not be asked to do a number of things. So, whenever she used to hear the noise of the carriage, here the word carriage means either the horse cart or the bullock carts. So, when she used to hear the noise of the carriage reducing, she used to feel relieved. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers." Now, when the father used to return from the office, when he used to come home, Kezia was again afraid. So she used to stand in the corner near the staircase and listened to his loud voice. As soon as the father came into the home, he started giving orders to everybody to bring the tea in the drawing room. He asked for the newspaper from his mother and he also asked for his slippers. Kezia, mother would call to her, "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. When the father used to ask for the slippers, Kezia's mother would call her. And in order to make her obey, she used to tell Kezia that if you are a good girl, you will obey my command. You will come down and take off your father's boot. Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs. Slip down means very quietly and unwillingly she used to come down the stairs, and very unwillingly she used to cross the hall and open the drawing room door. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. "Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today?" Now, by the time Kezia came in the hall or in the drawing room, she saw that already his father was reading a newspaper, having his spectacles on his face. And then the father looked at the girl in a horrifying way, which seemed horrifying to the girl. She got more scared. Then the father commanded Kezia that hurry up and take my boots outside. He also questioned Kezia that have you been a good girl? Have you obeyed your mother throughout the day? "I don't know, father." Now, when the father asked her this question, she again trembled with fear and she started stuttering in front of him. And she says, "I do not know, father." "You don't know? if you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. So when the father saw that the girl is stuttering, here the word stuttering means stammering. He says to the girl that if you stutter or stammer this way, mother will have to take you to the doctor to get your treatment done. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. So now here the author tells us that this girl had this habit of stammering, but she had stopped doing it in front of other people. But it was only his father who she was afraid of, and in front of her father only she would stammer. The reason being that in front of her father she tried more to speak the words properly, and in that trying she stuttered more or she stammered more. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. Now, since the girl was scared of her father, she kept on staring at him. She kept on looking at one place. So her father asked her that what is the matter with you? Why are you looking so unhappy? And the father got irritated and told his mother, that is the grandmother of Kezia, that I wish you could have taught this child something, not to be so afraid, not to be so panicked. And then he ordered Kezia to carry his teacup back to the table. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Now here we come to know what Kezia thought of his father, of her father. She says that he was huge. He had big hands, big legs, his neck was big, and especially his mouth appeared big when he used to yawn. So Kezia felt as if that he was a giant.